beings of the universe. I see everybody else talking about this a lot, so I wanted to take some time and address it personally. Auto aim off here. I'd like to talk about what Dr. Disrespect recently said, and I'd like to state that I agree with him 1000%. I really think that tethering in-game items to an out-of-world value, whether that be based on a fiat currency or a cryptocurrency, will become a staple of video games in the future. And I'm not only talking about massively multiplayer shooters like, Counter-Strike, the type of peer-to-peer monetization that exists there. I'm talking about things that are integrated by the developer, whether the core player base takes advantage of it or whether they don't take advantage of it. I think that it will be an integrated feature in the future where you have something that is maybe on the blockchain, or you have something that is an NFT that's just already integrated into the game that can be put in your inventory automatically just by finding it in the game, and that has a real world value attached to it. Whether or not you want to take advantage of that real world value is up to you. Whether you want to keep it until it appreciates or depreciates, that is up to the player. But I think that it's an excellent system for allowing the developer to profit, allowing players to profit, and expanding the player base to not only people who are there to game, but people who are there to make a living. It's like a digital online space now. It's not just a video game. I realize that many people might have moral issues with that. I personally do not. I think it's really cool when there's in-game items that have an out-of-world value, when the item that you've grinded 100 hours for, the item that you've even grinded 10 or 20 hours for. I like when that has a real-world value, not because of any superficial reason, like, oh, look at how much this weapon is worth, or look at how much this ability or piece of armor is worth. Not for any superficial reason, just in the rare occurrence, or the common occurrence, that I might want to take advantage of that value, and turn my time into money, or maybe I don't want to spend all the time earning that item in-game, and I want to just purchase it from another player. I really understand that this is a controversial topic and that I have a controversial stance on this. I just feel like it's too good to be left untouched. I feel like developers will start integrating this in a way that's not awkward. I remember what happened with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I do think that was an awkward implementation of the whole NFT thing. I don't think that went well, and I think it will go better in the future. I think it'll be very seamless how NFTs are basically all in-game items, and those all have a real-world value attached to them. I recognize that people have moral concerns about this. They don't want in-game items to have any type of out-of-world value. They want it to be an isolated digital space, where you just go into this online space and there is no real-world value attached to anything. It's sort of like an escapism type thing. I personally do not agree with this. I think that when you spend time in-game, it's really cool when that time in-game spent can be translated to out-of-world money. Or maybe when you can just play the game entirely to earn a living. I also think that in terms of like sweepstakes and advertising and incentives, developers will start taking advantage of these methods, where when a game is released, they'll say, oh, there's going to be 3 items in the world, that are each worth $100,000. Any player who finds those and puts them in their inventory can do with it as they choose, whether that item actually translates to an, exotic in-game ability or an exotic in-game weapon, or if it just translates to real-world value, I really like this idea, and I'd like to applaud Dr. Disrespect for being a public figure and for speaking out about this. I think it's a really important and vital aspect of gameplay that is being completely missed out on right now. And I think that in the future it'll become much more commonplace. If you did agree with my comments, please let me know down below. If you did not agree with them, please let me know down below. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Thank you for being here.